There we go. All right, so good morning, everyone. My name is Sharita Bennett, the Life Enrichment Program Coordinator here at the Dorothy Benson Multipurpose Complex. As we all know, all 4 of our centers are currently closed due to COVID-19. Therefore, we're offering virtual programming. With that being said, welcome to Basic Computer Course. So today we are going to be learning about how to attach a document to your email to send it to someone. Okay, so we're going to be working a little bit with Word. Hopefully everyone has Word on either their desktop, laptop. Now, one person told me they were using an iPad. That probably won't be feasible, but you still can follow the steps. So if you have a laptop or a desktop, you could use the same steps. Okay, so I have a little bit of trivia. So at the end, what you can, I'm going to ask, but you can write your answer down on your paper. All right. So what device do you use to move the cursor around on your computer? What device do you use to move the cursor around on your computer? So I think everyone should know what the cursor is. So it's that little arrow that you use to point to anything that you want to click on or go to. Okay. All right. So today, the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and open up Word. All right. So if you can go ahead and locate Microsoft Word on your computer for me. Microsoft Word. So I'm opening up mine. It's right here at the bottom for me. All right. Always, when you're opening up a new document, you starting something fresh. You're not going back into a document that you've done before. You'll always click on new blank document. And just a disclaimer, guys, mine may look a little bit different from yours because I do have Windows 10 software. So I'm not sure if everybody software is updated. All right, so as you can see, we're here in Microsoft Word. Now, I just want to point out a couple of things while we're on here, okay? All right, so right here, you see your home button. So your home button kind of gives you a layout of certain things that you will probably use and need. So for instance, you have paste, you have where you can change the size of the font and the kind of font that you like to use. You also have the color. And then some of these, this makes it a little bit easier if you want to up your size, as far if you can see that moving up, move the size of your actual font. So I am going to type, and if you can follow with me, and like I said, if you're not on your desktop or a laptop with your Microsoft Word and you're using a handheld device like an iPad, like I think Miss Linda mentioned, you can always go back and follow these steps, okay? So we're gonna go and we're gonna type. All right. So if you can see here, with what I type, I'm a member of the Dorothy Benson Multipurpose Complex. Now, if I wanted to change this entire font right here, what you'll do is click on your left part of your mouse. Hopefully I'm doing this you're seeing it very clearly. Left, you're gonna click that and you're gonna hold it down, go all the way across, And you're gonna click this drop down. And remember, I was saying you can do it in any font that you'd like. So let's go ahead and choose Arial Black, for instance. All right. So do you see that change, guys?
Yes.
All right. Now, let's say I want to up the font. I'm gonna do the same thing clicking that left part on your mouse, holding it down and dragging it all the way across. Then we're gonna go right here to this drop down where we see the number 12. So you always want to look for the number. That's the easiest way you can identify changing the font size, okay? And guys, I would say you have Microsoft Word on your computer to play around with it. That's the way you learn. You have to play around in order to figure out these things, okay? All right, so we're gonna go down and let's choose 16, all right? So see, once I choose 16, how much bigger it got, okay? All right, so let's say we want to change the color, all right? We're gonna do the same thing, or left clicker on our mouse. And if you're not using a mouse and you're using a laptop, for instance, and you have the mouse on your laptop, it's the same thing. You're gonna go across, you're highlighting, all right? You're highlighting the whole sentence. Then we wanna go here to font color, okay? Same thing, you do the drop down and look how many colors are in here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, let's choose green. Left click, and now that has been changed, okay? So now the next step I want to show you is how are we going to save this document, all right?
Hi, Sharita. Can you ask Miss Lenny to mute her phone?
Mute, yes. Miss Lenny, can you mute your
Oh, okay.
Mute yourself, please. Thank you. All right. So guys, what we're gonna do is to go ahead and we're gonna click on File. Okay, like I said, remember mine may look a little bit different from yours depending on what software you're using. We're gonna go down to Save As, not save, Save As. Once you click on it, mine, like I said, may look a little bit different. I want to save to my desktop, all right? So once again, I'm gonna show you a lot of different steps with the mouse here today. All right, so left clicker, and we are going to go to desktop. So what I'm going to do is click 2 times. All right, now, anytime you start a document, what's going to happen is it automatically has the file name as what you wrote in your actual document. If it's a longer document, then it might have, it actually might have even less of the file name right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and name this. So for instance, if you were in last week's class, you know we created an email. And the name I used for that email was Phoebe Gaxby. So we're gonna go ahead and save it as that name, all right? So I want you to follow me, whatever you wanna name your document. I'm gonna type mine in. All right, so Phoebe Gaxby. Now guys, if you remember, I chose desktop. Now what does this mean? Once I hit save on this document will be right on my desktop. And I'm going to show you how and where, of course, on the desktop you'll see your document. And it's the easiest way to access your document, all right? So you're gonna go ahead and hit save. And as you see, it's saving as a Word document. All right, so hit save. All right, so now it is saved. What we're going to do is close this out. Close it out. Now, if you're paying attention, if you see right here, our document is right here on our desktop for us. See that? Phoebe Gaxby. All right. Now, the next step, adding on from our last week's class, I am going to show you how would we attach this to send it in an email to someone. All right. So I have already signed in to our member Phoebe Gaxby's email. So I already have that up. So if you're not signed into your email right now, what I'd like you to do for practice is to go ahead, sign in, and then we're going to practice attaching that document to your email to send it to anyone you'd like. So right here, I already have my Google Chrome up. So I'm going to click on that. Then remember, in your email, when you're sending a new email, either it's going to say new email, compose, new message, different things like that you see in order to start a new email message. All right. So my email is already open. So I'm going to click. All right. Okay. So I'll be sending it to my other email, guys. Send it to myself. So I'm going to type in here. See, from last week, I already sent an email, so it's already there. So I'm going to click on that. All right. So in our subject, let's put the name that we created. So I'm going to put Phoebe Gaxby. All right. You always want to put a title when you're sending an email, excuse me. So let's put in our message, hello there. All right. Now, guys, for this part, the attachment. So if you realize down here in your email, or for some people, it may be at the top. It all depends on what email product you're using. So whether it may be AOL, Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, it all depends on where they position these particular items. But for Gmail, it's always down at the bottom on the message you are composing. All right. So we're going to go to this thing that looks like a paper clip. All right. Anytime you see a paper clip, that means attachment. Okay. And you're going to left click. All right. Once you left click, everyone, all of your files are going to come up. Now, if you remember, where did we save our document? We saved it under desktop. So you're going to go and you're going to click on desktop. All right, always, if it doesn't work with one click, because most things you'd have to double click in order to get there. So as you can see, our document is right here. So you're going to click that one time. It's highlighted, okay? The file name is highlighted. You are going to go to open. All right. Did you see that, everyone? Now, our file is attached right here. All right. So I'll be sending this to myself. So whoever you're sending email to, make sure it's in this column too. Then this is your title right here. And then of course, this is your email within this part. So your attachment is right here. And you're just going to go ahead and click send. All right. It just says message sent right here at the bottom. And remember last week, in order to check that your email was sent, you always want to look in your folders. So, of course, I'll be going into sent. And as you can see right here, guys, it was sent to me. And there goes our attachment, okay? So it is very, very easy once you practice. You have to practice, and you will get better at it, okay? Now, one other thing I wanted to show you. All right, so we're going back into our Word document, okay? We're gonna click New once again. Say this time, I want to go ahead and insert a picture, all right? Remember I told you have all these different buttons here, different things. You have to go underneath each of them and practice to see what they have to offer you for your document, okay? All right, so within the document, you have insert. So first we were working with home. So the three things we did, we changed our font, right? We changed our font, we do the drop down, we change the size of our font, which is right here. We also change the color, which is right here, all right? But now say we want to insert a picture. So we'll go to insert. Of course, everybody know what insert means, putting something into. So you're putting a picture into your document, okay? All right, so DC says this device or online pictures. Let's try online. Now, normally, and then like I said, it depends on the software that you have, guys. It's gonna bring up where you can search the internet for a picture, or also the actual Word document has what you call word art. So a search bar will come up and you just type in whatever you want to put in. All right, so let's put in spring. We'll always type what we're looking for. All right, so as you can see, all these different pictures came up. Now, if you want to go ahead and insert this picture, you will click on the picture you like. So let's use this first one here. And normally it would say insert. You have to click on that. And there we go. All right. Now, some of these pictures you have to be careful with, because sometimes it has watermarks going across, and say for you don't want to send anyone something with a watermark going across it. So you have to make sure you just double check those things. And since we got this off of the internet, most times it will have this here, or it would say who the picture was taken by. But let's say we want to change the size of this. All right, we're going to do the same thing with our left clicker. We are going to highlight, see how it highlighted that in gray. All right, and we're going to up the size. So if we're going to up the size, guys, all I want to do is up the size. Let's say we want to make it a 20. Now you see how the picture didn't get any bigger, but the wording did? That's not what we want, okay? So what we're going to do in order to make our picture just a little bit bigger, make sure it's highlighted. This at the left hand corner, you just keep dragging. We're still holding on to that left clicker. And you see how it's getting longer? Now, like I said, everyone, this is something you have to practice with. When I first learned how to use Microsoft Word, I remember we didn't have internet yet. And I think I was in the 1st or 2nd grade. And we had to practice using Word and doing different cutting and pasting, different things in Word. So this is the way you will learn, by playing around with these different things, all right? So the same thing, we're just gonna go ahead and save. Hopefully you kind of have this down pat now, all right? And we're gonna go to save as. Once again, I wanna save this to my desktop, all right? So it's easy for me to find. Double click. And remember, we always want to rename it to something that we're going to remember, even though it's on our desktop, all right? So I'm going to put spring picture. All right. We always hit save. And there we go. And then we can close out of our Word document. Now, as you guys can see, there goes my spring picture, saved right to my desktop. So anytime I'd like to access it, I just double click and there goes my document. Okay. All right. So we always close out of that. Remember your X, guys, close out. Okay. All right, everyone. So hopefully you guys will continue to practice using Word. Now, if you do not have Microsoft Office, I do suggest either if you can find the online Microsoft Word where you can use for free. It's called Online Office. I know sometimes they'll allow you to use that for, I think, a couple of days or so. Use that for free. If not, hopefully you already have Microsoft Office on your computer, desktop, whatever device you're using. And you have to practice, 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 especially using your mouse, because the left click versus right click, two totally different things, guys, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and stop the recording so we can answer some questions that you may have. All right, so you just stay put. I want to thank you guys again for joining the class today, and I hope to see you next week.